You read about Adam and Eve. We all know that story. You started reading about Deuteronomy, Exodus, the stories of Moses, the story of Noah, the story of Lot and Abraham, and all these stories that I know. But I was surprisingly and astonishingly shocked by some of the stories that I read about these same people that I learned about in Sunday school. Just for instance, and this is a big testament to why Allah kept sending us prophets and why Islam was sent as a complete and perfected deen with the Quran. If you read about Noah in the Bible, there is the story about Noah saving humanity from the flood with an ark and all of that. There is this in the Bible. There's another aspect to the story of Noah that not many people know about unless they actually take time to open a Bible. This will not be preached from any pulpit anywhere. Is that the Bible says that Noah was an alcoholic. This is the Bible's portrayal of Noah, or Nuh alayhi salam, that he was an alcoholic, that he was a drunkard. This is the word used in the Bible, that he was a man given to alcohol. And I'm a psychology major, and my field of specialty is mental illnesses, and alcoholism is one of those, is a mental illness. And I know from seeing alcoholism's effect on one of my close friends' parents, I know that someone who is truly addicted to alcohol, and if Noah lived for so long addicted to alcohol, he was seriously addicted to alcohol. It is hard for someone addicted to alcohol to hold down a 9-to-5 job working at McDonald's flipping hamburgers, much less construct an.
The stupidity of people, amazing. Anyway, guys, first of all, you idiot. At that time, life was very simple. People, they have nothing really much to do. They move their animals from place to place. The animals are eating, and people are sitting. They are shepherd. They don't work in McDonald's, you dummy. They don't have a job to go to. Their life is their animals. Very simple. They don't do anything. When we speak about people doing jobs, we are talking about people who they are living in a civil life like today. In the time of Noah, we go back in time, we will see that those who have a job to do, like jobs are really very simple at that time. Let us say, maybe we can say the only two or three major jobs, we can call them jobs, what was making tools or clothes, making tools or clothes. And the rest, it might be like something to follow, like a builder, somebody, the builder is the one who he know everything. He make a window for you, he make a door for you, he build a house for you. But in old days, even those things are not exist, because the builder is you, the farmer is you. You are the one who make your own clothes. Women, they make the clothes, and men, they take care of the animals, which mean like you are your own market, everything. So what job? Well, keep a job in McDonald's. What's wrong with those people? What they are talking about? So those people, when they are not working, what they do? They might drink. They might drink. They might have a party. Now he is saying that the one who is addicted to alcohol, he have mental illness. I like that. I like that. No problem. First of all, if if the Bible mentioned that somebody was drunk, doesn't mean that he is alcoholic. There's people who they are drunk once in their lifetime, or let us say twice or three times. Doesn't mean they are addicted to alcohol. This is a false statement. Secondly, as long you agreed that the ones who they drink alcohol and they are addicted to alcohol, they are mental illness people, this is mean your prophet himself is a sicko. Let us go and see Muhammad not only drinking alcohol 4 to 5 days a week non-stop, which means he continued drinking like if he is a saint. Not only that, he teach people how to make wine. So your prophet Muhammad was a drunk person. And not only that, in the time of Muhammad, all the Muslims around him, including Muhammad, they used to drink and drunk and pray in the mosque. So if those who they are drunken people, they are mentally ill, It means your religion is based on mentally ill people. So he decided to leave Christianity because, as an example, Noah was a drunk. So what? What does this have to do with the Christianity anyway? And who said in the Bible that Noah was a good man or a perfect man of God? He was better than his people, but he is not a perfect man. The Bible says clearly that all men are sinners. And by the way, even the Bible says that to be drunk is a sin. We can give you tons of verses from the Old Testament or from the New Testament, saying clearly that drinking is a sin. All over. Do you see it? I'm just moving my mouse over the verses, and they are coming one by one. So when somebody tried to fool us, says, "Oh, I was shocked that Noah, he was drinking, he was alcoholic. You know, this is mean he have a mental illness, and then he is not fit for the story, fit for this." It's mean you idiot. You forgot that the Bible says that all those men, even including prophets of God, they are not a perfect people. So what if they are prophets? And as long as you admit that the one who drink to be drunk, you know, drink to be drunk, is have a mental illness, he is addicted, this will be your prophet, because Muhammad was a drunk person, and according to your words, the one who do that, he have a mental illness, not me, right? You know, wine, as anything, too much of anything can kill you. Too much salt can kill you. Too much air can kill you. Too much water can kill you. Anything too much of it can kill you. And wine is the same. Wine or whatever kind of alcohol. So it is not the wine itself is the bad. It is what do you do with it. Otherwise, wine can be very good. You know, everything exists in this life is coming from God, and I think the Muslims, they are going to agree. Like if God don't want wine, he is not going to make it exist. And actually, you know what? Let me show you what the God of Islam he said about wine. You will be surprised. He said it's very good. He said it's very good. Let me see. This is the Quran, chapter 16, verse number 67. Allah Himself saying, وَمِن ثَمَرَاتِ النَّخِيلِ وَالْأَعْنَابِ تَتَّخِذُونَ مِنْهُ سَكَرًا وَرِزْقًا حَسَنًا إِنَّ فِي ذَلِكَ لِآيَةٍ لِقَوْمٍ يَعْقِلُونَ. Allah is saying that this is even a miracle from me. It's a miracle. According to Islam, it's a miracle. Not only that, look what he says. تَتَّخِذُونَ مِنْهُ سَكَرًا وَرِزْقًا حَسَنًا, which means you get it drunk from it and make good of it. So according to Islam, the alcohol, it's a great, it's a miracle of Allah, and you do good with it, you make money from it, and you know, make you drunk. Which mean in this verse, Allah praising the alcohol. Praising the alcohol. Later when Muhammad gets sick, he can't drink no more. Yeah? He was dying after he got the poison. In the last year of his life, he come with this statement saying, you know what, alcohol is bad. It's from shaitan, which is a contradiction. If we go and read the other verse together. Actually, before we read the other verse, let us read the one I forgot to show it to you in English. Sorry. Here we go. This is a translation of Biktal, and the fruits and date, palm, grapes, etc. Whence drive a strong drink, also good. It's good, you know, and you make money from it, and it's a blessing. It's a sign from Allah. And by the way, the translation of Muslims in English is very funny. You know, each time I read the translation of Muslims of any verse in the Quran, you will see the translation is so far from what the verse is saying. Okay, you see in here, in the other translation, the word sign disappear, and here the word sign appear. Therein indeed a sign for people who have wisdom. So the alcohol is a sign for those who have wisdom. The stupid one do not see it as a miracle. The smart one is the one who sees it as a miracle. This who's saying that? You're God. Now we will go to different verse where Allah, he says, supposedly, that wine is from shaitan. Then we notice in here that Allah is saying that this is a sign from Allah, and then he says this is from shaitan. So Allah is shaitan. Because as long you admit that this is a sign from you, as long you admit you are the one, you are the maker of the wine, you are the maker of the alcohol, and not only you are a maker, you made it's a miracle. Shaitan cannot make miracles. Then he say that alcohol is from shaitan. Let us read together. Look how many verses we have in the Quran saying that the wine and the alcohol are from shaitan. Chapter 5 verse 91. Shaitan, he used them to make you fight, to make you enemy to each other. Chapter 5 verse number 90. And by the way, this is showing me that the one who wrote the Quran can't be the God, because why repeating the same words? It's the same words. Chapter 2 verse 219. It's the same. So you know how he say that it is a sign from Allah in different verse, and then he say that it is from shaitan. You know, like which one of them is the correct? Either wine and alcohol is from God, or it is from shaitan. It cannot be from both. Who is the winemaker? Who is the creator of everything? Or you believe strong drink and a game of a chance, an idol and driving arrows are only an infamy of Satan's handwork. So it's handiwork of Satan. The one who come to you with wine and those things, this is the handiwork of Satan. And the other verse, Allah is saying this is his handiwork. It's a sign, it's a miracle. So do Allah claim that Satan, he can make miracles like him? And he can create wine like him? Or this from Allah? And the funny, Allah says that wine is a sin and wine is from shaitan, and then we find that wine is going to be in the heaven. Which is very funny. The Muslim, they will say to you, oh, this wine in the heaven will not make us drunk. Don't fool yourself, you funny Muslims. According to the Quran, you will not be drunk. Not the wine cannot make you drunk, which means the wine is still alcohol. But Allah promised you that you will drink as much as you want without getting drunk, which means you can enjoy it always. So the wine is a wine. That's why it's called wine. So he promised you wine in the heaven. In the same time, it's the handiwork of shaitan. It sounds like Allah is going to buy wine from shaitan, import it to the heaven, and you Muslim drink it. But Allah is going to make you strong to the point that wine cannot affect you. Right? And in the heaven, actually, wine would not come in bottles. It's going to come as rivers. Wine is going to come as rivers. Imagine, which we Muslims, they will swim in the rivers of wine and rivers of milk and wine. You see it? And this wine is very delicious. So if those who are addicted to alcohol, they are mentally ill, it means you are mentally ill to accept that even in heaven, this God is going to make you have a river of wine. A river of wine. And if we ask ourselves, by the way, Allah, how much money shaitan will make? Shaitan is going to make wine, as we saw in the other verse. And Allah, he need rivers, running rivers. And those Muslims, they do nothing except drinking wine, you know. And the funny about the promise of Allah, that he will make them drink, but they will not get drunk, which, by the way, is a joke. You know, why the wine in the earth is going to make you drunk, but the wine in heaven will not make you drunk? Give me a reason. A Muslim, when he go to heaven, his body will not change. His size will change, yes, but his body as a human, he still is a human. So what the wine does to you in the earth, it's the same as everything does to you. Like, a Muslim, he will go to heaven, still he eat, still he have sex. And the Muslim, they say that in the heaven there is no poo-poo. So the Muslims will be eating 24 hours, having sex, drinking, and there is no poo-poo. So the sperm will come out of you is what? Is it a piss? Isn't it najis? The Quran speaks clearly saying that the sperm of a man is a najis. You have sex, you have to wash. So you are just to avoid in inviting dirt to the heaven. The Muslim, they come with the idea that, oh, we will not do poo as Allah told us. But it's very clear that you will have sex, and sex, according to your Islamic religion, according to your Islamic teaching, is najis, is dirt. So don't tell me that dirt is not in the heaven of your God. It is actually the major promise of Islam. It is sex and wine. And actually Muslims, they don't believe in Allah because of nothing. They believe in Allah because of this promise. They want to have rivers of milk, rivers of wine, rivers of honey, and they want a lot of women for sex, and 70,000 boys, and 500 gates, and palace, and castles, and diamond, and gold, and silver. It is a satanic, demonic religion. So this smart person, he is rejecting the Bible because Noah, he was drunk. Now let us show you Muhammad, the drunk man. And by the way, I forgot to mention something, that still this verse, nowhere in the Quran it's forbid drinking, because all what Allah, he says, leave it aside, leave it aside. You know, we can show a different verse in the Quran, and the Muslim, they say to you that Islam came in stages. Like Allah first, he approved alcohol, he praised alcohol as we showed you in this verse. He said it's a great, you can make money from it, it's wonderful. And then he says avoid it, but he did not say do not drink it. He said ijtanibu, ijtanibu, it's an advice. I advise you to stay away from it. It's going to make you do bad, right? In the same time, we see the following verse in the Quran. Chapter 4, verse number 43, it says, "O you believer, don't get close to the prayer when you are drunk." Do you see it? Don't get close to the prayer when you are drunk. So when God says to his followers, don't pray or don't go to the mosque when you are drunk, what does that mean? It means he is approving them to be drunk. Or what he is saying, don't pray when you are drunk. Because people, they may start making fun of Muhammad and his followers. You know, they are drinking and they start falling apart. They are drunk. You know. So Muhammad, he came with this verse saying, come on, guys, let us do something. Don't pray when you are drunk. So the question in here, if as long you admit that those who they are addicted to alcohol, they are mentally illness. They can't be good people. It means all the Muslims who follow Muhammad, including Muhammad, they are mentally illness people, according to your logic. Because here we go, they are the Muslims, not the infidels, not the pagans, not the Christians, is the one who is praying drunk. Show me where it says that Christians, they go to church and they are drunk. Show me where in the Bible, by the way. I'm saying the Bible is saying that you can go and, you know, advising us not to go to the church when we are drunk. This is how bad the situation is, which means that the whole population of Muslims at that time, they were drunk people. And the funny Muslims, when they say to us that Islam came in stages, it's really funny, because stages, what stages? You know, I can take this stages issue if it's first prophet like was 500 years ago, and then a prophet came after 200 years ago, and 300 years after, etc. You know, that will be stages. I understand. But in the same prophet, one verse says that alcohol is from God. It's a miracle. It's wonderful. You can make money from it. Another verse saying it is from Satan. Other verse saying, oh, don't get to the prayer when you are drunk. What stages? You know, do Allah need to say that adultery is a sin by stages? This is funny. Do I need really to say the wrong is wrong by stages? I will tell you what the stages is. The stage is very simple. Muhammad, he used stages to fool people. As an example, I am peaceful man. This was a stage. Huh? Then he is an immigrant to get ready for the war. Then he start a war. So the first stage is to fool you that he is a peaceful man. He make a peace agreement with you, then he is the one who canceled the peace agreement. Same as in Islam. Actually, you know what? there's a video about a good Muslim who converted a Jew to Islam by saying to him, you can drink alcohol. It's a stages of lying. You can lie to somebody to convert him to Islam. So it's very clear, very obvious that those stages present to one thing about Muhammad, that he is a hypocrite man. He is willing to do whatever he can do to make people go under his arm. Number two, if we go and read and see when those verses came, we will see the following. Look with me. The verse which saying that the alcohol is a great and wonderful, it's a miracle from Allah, is chapter 16, An-Nahl chapter. According to the Muslims, this verse or this chapter came as number 70 between the chapters. Like today, it exists at number 16 in the book because you know the Muslims, they change the location of verses. They play with their book, and this is one of the funny things about them. Allah, He sent it this way. Muslims, they make it different way because Allah must be wrong. You know, Muslims are correcting the way Allah He sent His book. Allah sent it number 70. Muslims make it number 60 in the Quran. But the important is the verse, or sorry, the chapter or the verse is coming saying that the alcohol is great was chapter number 70. Guess when the verse, the one saying stay away from it, is coming? It's chapter 5. But chapter 5 came as a chapter 112. And this is what I'm saying. Muhammad was dying. Muhammad was dying. This is the end of his life. This is, you know, the Quran have 114 chapters. That's it. 114 chapters. So just before he died, because he cannot drink no more. You know, remember Muhammad, he died by poison. Muhammad, he was jealous because he cannot drink no more. So he said, you know, stay away from it. He cannot take it no more. People are drinking, but he cannot. Now, just to finish this, you know, this is a video. This is a Muslim scholar, and this is an Islamic TV. This is a very well-known sheikh in Egypt. He is going to read for you from Islamic books. And actually, I'm going to translate. And you can ask any Arab person. He was going to quote for you even from Sahih Muslim. Specifically, he is going to read some hadith of Sahih Muslim, like this one. You know, about the Prophet used to drink. He preferred not only alcohol, he preferred the strong one, the one who make you, you know, drunk. Even he used to make wine. You know, this is, by the way, a Muslim website. I think I'm showing you those hadith from there. The Prophet always, he used to drink wine. Even in the mosque, he used to drink wine. It's all over your Islamic books. Even angels, they drink. You know, I'm not making things up. Even angels, they get a drink. Companion of the Prophet used to be drunk all the time. And this is what I'm saying. The forbidden of the, or not forbidden, even advising people not to practice such a thing, it was at the end of Islam, at the end of Muhammad's life, at chapter 112. Khalifa, they are drunk. Everybody is drunk. And suddenly he is saying to us that he was shocked to see Noah is drunk. He was shocked. And now this is a video. I'm going to translate what they are going to say. It's in Arabic, but I will translate.
مسنود وقوي وعنيف حديث عنيف.
He's saying that the hadith we are going to read is very strong, very powerful, very correct. So here we go. Don't say that you know, we are making things up. I will play from the beginning.
تبيح الشرب. أرجوك اسمعني ده وده أنا لقيت متفق عليه ومسنود وقوي.
And I found that those hadiths I'm going to read, they are approved and they are strong and they are very, very strong. Whatever.
وعنيف حديث عنيف. فقد روي عن أبو موسى أنه قال بعثني رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم أنا ومعاذا إلى اليمن. نعم.
Abu Musa reported that the Prophet, he sent me and Abu Muaz to the Yemen. So those guys, the Prophet, he sent them to Yemen.
فقلنا يا رسول الله أن بها شرابين يصنعان من البر والشعير.
We said, oh Prophet, we found in Yemen a drink is made from Bur and sha'ir. Sha'ir, I don't know what to translate the word. Anyway, it's like, you know, to make wine. The same as beer, actually. You know, like when you make beer, you make it from what? I forgot the material. Let me see. All right, it's barley. So they make, they use that to make alcohol from it.
أو البر والشعير. أحدهما يقال له المزر والآخر يقال له البتع. فما نشرب.
So they found two kinds of drink which make people get drunk, and they're asking him which one we should drink.
نشرب إيه عندهم في اليمن مشروبين اثنين. الأولانية دي اسمها البر والثانية اسمها البتع.
The first one is called the bur, the second one it's called the bitter. I think the first one, the bur, is coming from this where the beer coming from. It's from the Arab, the word beer. The first who make beer, maybe it was the Arab. Anyway, so the bur and the other one is the wine. So they are asking him which one we should drink.
تمام. البتع. حضرتك الأصح طبعا. فقال عليه الصلاة والسلام اشربها ولا تسكرها.
The Prophet said, okay, drink, but don't get drunk. Drink, but don't get drunk. So why Muhammad he said to them, drink, but don't get drunk? Let's continue.
اشربها ولا تسكرها. طبعا. خرجوا.
The Sheikh is saying, absolutely, yes, absolutely. Why not? Why not?
حاوي أيضا إلى غير ذلك من الآثار اللي ذكروها في هذا. يا حلاوتك كده بتقول الطحاوي. أنا حاسس إن أنا قاعد جنب إيه؟ يعني جهبذ من جهابذة العلم. لا رحنا نذاكر. He's saying, yeah, what's wrong with this? Like, so, and you know, he's praising the host. He's saying, you know, I feel like I'm sitting next to someone. He is very knowledgeable. So he's asking now for the answer. Why the Prophet saying to him, drink alcohol, but don't get drunk? Why he's approving that? Now the Sheikh is going to answer. He's saying the coming one. Let me continue. The coming hadith, I can't even read it. Why? Because it's so powerful. See, like it's so strong. It's a problem for Muslims. He said, why? There's a vagina there? The guy, he said, no. But you read it. He said, each time I speak to Muslims about this, they say, Astaghfirullah, Auzu Billah, this is not true. But he's saying this is something exists in Sahih Muslim. Please you read it. Please you read it. You as a sheikh, people, they will accept it more than from me. I'm not a sheikh. So this guy is saying to the other guy, you are a sheikh. So you read it. The guy is saying, it's okay, you read it. Read, just read. The Ibn Qayyim al-Jawziyah, one of the biggest scholars of Islam, in the book of At-Tibb al-Nawawi, the medicine of the Prophet, he is saying, the last line, if you please. It's been known, very well known, that the Prophet, peace, sallallahu alayhi wasallam, may Allah pray on him and salute him, he loved wine. يحب النبيذ. وكان المعروف عنه أنه صلى الله عليه وسلم يحب النبيذ. ويقول ابن قيم الجوزية في كتابه. And Ibn Qayyim al-Jawziyah, you say in his book, الطب النبوي وثبت في صحيح. The medicine of the Prophet, and it's proven, it's a correct hadith from Sahih Muslim. أنه صلى الله عليه وسلم. That the Prophet, may Allah salute him and pray on him. كان ينبذ له أول الليل ويشربه إذا أصبح يومه ذلك. They used to give him wine in the beginning of the night, and he kept doing this until the morning. Listen carefully. They give him wine in the beginning of the night. He kept doing this until the morning. والليلة التي تجيء. And the night after. Just count with me how many nights now. I'm not the one saying that. I get you this video so people, they can see. So he started the first night. Now the second night still he's drinking. And the third night. This is a 3 nights. Non-stop drinking. And the day after until afternoon. The first night, the second night, the third night, and the day after until afternoon. And Muhammad did not stop drinking. And if there is something left, if he give it to the slave to drink it. أو أمر به فصب. يعني إذا كنا حتى قلنا ده على الرسول. أنا لما قريت
كثير من الصحابة كانوا يسكرون. لا.
This guy is saying, you know, I read this about the prophet, and now, so now we understand that many of the companions of the prophet, they used to be drunk.
مش يسكرون ينتبذون. لا لا.
He is saying, not only they are drunk, they are making wine. They are expert.
دي موجودة في الورق اللي مع حضرتك. أنا قريت الورق وممكن أقراها لك تاني. بس مش دي بس. فين اليسكرون دي؟ ممكن.
Oh, he's saying, oh, they don't get drunk, they drink. You know, what are you saying? The host is saying it's written in front of you.
لو سمحت. ده شعشعت معاك.
You see? So look, guys, the prophet of Islam is drinking three nights and a day after, which means 4 days, total 4 days. And the Muslim, they want to convince us that the prophet is not a drunk person. Who can drink 4 days non-stop and he is not a drunk? So you are telling me you rejected Christianity because you found Noah drunk, when all of Islam is based in a bunch of drunk people? Those are reference for those who want to read about all the Khalifa who they are drunk. Umar ibn Khattab, actually Umar ibn Khattab, he preferred not to drink water ever. You know, he says, except the wine, you know, like, don't give me water, give me, don't say to us we will replace the wine with something else. You know? Anyway, I think this is enough. I hope you guys did learn something with this video. If you have a big account, the video is long. We could not make it short. Please load this video in your account and let us spread this all over. Thank you.